Hi, I'm Bill Hodges, and we've got a great show for you today. We have the International Indian Film Awards coming here to Tampa, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And to tell us about that, we have Andre Timmons. And Andre, you're the Wizcraft president and director?
I'm a director of Wizcraft, which is the principal owner of IFA.
And IFA is what we just talked about, the International Indian Film Academy.
Yes.
And it's sort of, well, everybody calls it Bollywood though, right?
Yeah, while the term Bollywood, we like to refrain sometimes, but, internationally people, always, call us by Bollywood. We call it Indian cinema from that perspective. But the world knows us as Bollywood.
Yeah, well, I had the opportunity to go to India, and as I was telling you off the air, folks, if you've never been to India, you need to go. It's a fabulous place, and you'll never see so many smiling people in your entire life. We have been treated wonderfully when we went there, and I'm very excited about you folks coming and visiting us and letting Tampa show you their hospitality.
Well, I think one of the reasons we are here, because I think it was love at first sight. When we met the folks at the mayor's office, we met people from Visit Tampa Bay, we met all the local people out here and mainstream people. And the only thing we saw that we were welcome. And I think as you've been in India, we're all about relationship, we're all about, our cultures are very, very, we like to build relationships. So I think when we came into Tampa, what we found was the fact that everybody wanted it. They were hungry, So like we had offers from other cities, large cities in America, which would be the idol cities. And everywhere we go, the first question we ask, why Tampa? So, we tell them, why not? And that's the example we give to everybody, is that cinema is about, it has no language, no barrier, It's all about people. And that's what we actually found in Tampa. The people were very, very forthcoming, wanting to, roll out the green carpet. As you know, we have a green carpet from 2007. We don't have a red carpet. And we are here.
I think it's fabulous. I went to the awards they had about 3 years ago, and I enjoyed going to the films and seeing the films. And although I didn't understand Hindi, and a lot of them were, I was at least able to do the subtext of what was going on the show. And the vitality of the Indian cinema is fabulous.
It's like a musical, it's like they say in an Indian cinema movie, when you go to watch it, it has everything. It has action, you can cry, you can laugh. And at the end of the day, it sends out good, it has a good ending to it, I'm not trying to put anybody down, but the question is that all our movies is about messaging.
Yes, yes,
and
there's morals to them too.
Yeah, and it's also family oriented. So in that way, we are extremely happy. We produce 1,300 films in a year. 23 million people a day watch Indian cinema. We sell 3.6 billion tickets in a year.
It's hard to believe that Indian cinema is actually bigger than U.S. cinema.
Absolutely.
That's hard to believe.
We sell more tickets, and it's just growing. And we probably spend about $350 million shooting abroad, because most of our songs are shot in great locations. So way back in the 80s, all our stars, if you watched a movie, they would get married and go to Switzerland. So suddenly there was a huge influx of people going to Switzerland after their marriage. And we have two religions back home in India. We have Bollywood and we have cricket. I don't know whether you watched any cricket games when you were there.
While I was there, I did get to see a cricket game, and it was the most unusual game I think I've watched in a long time. You never know where the ball's going. And it was fun. Everybody in the stadium, I was there in Mumbai, and I went to the cricket club and had dinner there, and it was fabulous. It was really an interesting thing. Coming to Tampa, what will you bring Tampa? What is coming? What are the people of Tampa going to see while you're here?
Well, I think we just currently had press conferences in America, in New York and LA. and then we had one in Tampa too. We brought two of our big stars in here. I think what's in store for Tampa is that, if you have to compare something like IFA, right? Okay, where you fly in, we are flying with about 1,000 people are going to fly in here, which is stars, directors, actors, financiers, decision makers, business people. We are flying with 120 CEOs. So big deals happen in Tampa. So there's going to be a lot of action happening here.
Our airport will be busy.
Yeah, your airport will be busy. We're estimating about 60, 70,000 people to be in that week.
Really?
In Tampa, yeah. We'll fly in with, beside our contingent, we are looking at about 2,500, 3,000 people coming in from India.
That compares well with the Super Bowl being here.
Yeah, well, I think when you have
Plus, you'll be here longer.
I'm sure they're going to spend time here, but when you have 100 stars, cinema stars from India in one state, we've seen the impact it's made in Toronto. Like in Toronto, we sold 17,000 tickets in 8 minutes. We had
17,000 tickets in 8 minutes?
Yeah. We had 35,000 people on the green carpet. So I remember this when Anil Kapoor and from Slumdog, the actor, and Hilary Swank, when they got out of the car at the green carpet, so Hilary Swank said, "Oh wow, we already at the show." So Anil said, "No, this is just the green carpet." She was amazed. You're saying it's so cool. So I think what we're going to do is bring in our Indian culture here, which is already there, existing in America, but export Tampa to the global world, to global Indians around the world. And our program is viewed by 800 million people. So suddenly, Tampa would be on the map, whether it's business, education, tourism. In any state that we have gone in, any city we have gone in, the tourism has increased by close to 35%.
Wow.
So as like I told you earlier, we as Indians, we follow our stars. So the moment the consumer sees the stars enjoying in Tampa, because Tampa has never been exposed to India, and this
Don't we have a fairly large Indian community here in Tampa?
Yeah, but I'm talking about new consumers.
Right.
In Florida, I would say, about 280,000, South Asians. But I feel that you're going to get new clientele from India. And I can see that happening because back home in India, even the American consulate is looking at this as a great opportunity to reach out to people. We are talking about an impact of $35 million in that 1 week.
Wow.
In the
That's
city.
great.
And that's a lot of money. We're talking about over 1,000 people being in jobs, We're talking about using 500 people in volunteers, We want to integrate the locals into what we're doing, educate them in the events business,
If someone wanted to volunteer, what would they do?
Well, they can register on our website.
Okay.
Enroll themselves, and then we have a team here that will then, have interviews with them, select, because we get over 2,000 applications. So we are working with the University of South Florida also, and various organizations to bring in the right skill and educate them.
I would think that anybody that was interested in film would be here, if at all possible, to volunteer, just see what's going on.
Sure, and it's hard work, but at the same time, they go back happy because they learned something. As Indians, we don't stop working, as you know.
No, you don't. That's one of the things I found out while I was in India. There's always somebody doing something. It's busy. 11 o'clock at night, the streets are still teeming with people. It amazes me. In Mumbai, I'd walk down these little alleys, and there'd be little tiny shops. What we'd look at as a doorway, and yet it's doing big business out of that little shop.
True.
Anything you wanted up and down that street, anywhere. It's fabulous. You'll bring that same energy here?
Absolutely. I think the 4 days of the event, we're starting off with a Bollywood introduction event at the park where people can just come in and have a good time. It's like a welcome party.
Really?
Yeah. And then
anybody can come?
Anybody can come on the first day, which is the 23rd.
Okay.
And then 24th, we're doing something at the Sun Dome, which is again fashion. what we're doing there is that whatever we do in terms of the content, right? Like me speaking today, you know, what I'm doing is a messaging.
Right.
So similarly in our events, everything is about messaging, right? So in IFA Rocks, where we're talking about fashion, you know, we're bringing in the Indian culture of fashion, basically, with music. The second day is called Magic of the Movies at the amphitheater, which again there is, the concept is about elements of the movie.
And I'm assuming there's tickets to those events.
Yeah, the tickets to those events also. The first day is by invitation. The second and third day we're selling tickets. And currently right now, our awards tickets, we've already sold out over 50-60% of our tickets.
Really? At this point?
In less than about 10 days. And that's the support we get wherever we go, because ultimately people believe in a brand. You know, we're 15 years old. There can be nothing better than 15 years celebrating in Tampa.
I'd love to see you do 15 years of celebrating in Tampa, where you were here every year, right on through.
Yeah, we're getting offers now in America. The moment it happened in Tampa, the other big cities are looking and wanting us to come over there. Because
But don't listen to them.
Because I believe in one thing, is that whatever you do, you got to bring in happiness, celebration. Because, you know, today if you look at the outside world, you know, there's so many things happening. So I think what IFA wants to achieve is people to enjoy themselves, at the same time build culture, because, you know, technically we all are losing focus on our culture. So it's reminding everybody, listen, you know, this is what India is all about. This is what Tampa is all about. And I think that's the impact.
Now, India has two official languages, English and Hindi, correct?
Yes.
Is all of the film industry in Hindi? It seems to me I've seen a lot in English also.
Yeah, I think it's, of course, you know, a predominant Hindi, but also there is also English. And if you look at in the current last 5 years, we're using a lot of international talent. So like Aircon, who's a big singer, she sang a song partly in Hindi, which was a super duper hit. So there is a lot of collaboration happening from that perspective.
What are some of the Indian stars that will be coming to this event?
Well, we have all of them coming in.
And what are the big movies that are going to be shown and are in contention for awards?
Yeah, well, at the moment, our voting weekend starts on 7th, 8th, 9th of February, which is purely for the industry. And then after that, it goes into voting. Now, when it goes to public voting, over the past, we see about 40 to 50% of the voting coming in from North America. So actually, you can go onto our site and vote.
Really?
Yeah. And we get about close to about 300,000, 400,000 people voting in. So
Yeah.
it's public and industry. So it's in that phase. And
I'm not a big follower of the Academy Awards, but it's my impression that the Academy Awards are only voted on by members of the Academy.
right.
Is this different in that the members vote, but also the public votes?
Yeah, it's a 50-50. What we thought is that ultimately we want the public to choose. So while we have the industry, you know, formulating the nominations, which are the 5 nominations of the movies,
Okay.
we go into public voting.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it kind of involves the public.
Because a lot of times I can't understand why a particular film, the Academy, gets something. Because I look at it and say, eh. And there's another one I think is, whoa, is this fabulous? And I miss it.
It's important to involve the public, and that's what's kept IFA going, you know, interactive with our consumers globally.
And obviously the Indian population itself, there in India, is voting, correct?
Sure, worldwide.
Of course, with the internet anymore, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, any part of the world you are.
So who are some of the big pictures that will be coming this year, or that you think might be coming this year?
Well, we have the nominations are not out, so I can't say, you know.
But you don't want to tip the scales at this point.
No, but I'm sure, you know, we have, of course, we have some of our big stars. Shah Rukh Khan's going to be there. We're going to have Priyanka Chopra, Anil Kapoor, you know,
You know, to be quite honest with you, I don't know whether some of those are men or women.
Well,
Because the names are not familiar to me.
So Shah Rukh is one of our biggest stars. You know, he did a movie called Chennai Express, which of course will be nominated. It grossed about close to about $90 million, and like you were talking earlier about Doom, the movie, which is the highest grosser right now, which did about $130 million. So our movies are growing. We are opening more multiplexes in India. Even in America, we have close to 300 screens, which only screen Indian movies every Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. Do we
Yeah.
have any of those here in Tampa?
Yeah, there are a couple of them here that also screen Indian movies and also South Indian movies.
What's the difference between South Indian movies and
It's again the
regular
language. So,
Oh.
you know, Bollywood
Okay.
is more about Hindi. South Indian has 4 languages.
Oh, okay.
So it's all about their regional languages. But they're also popular.
What can people do to get tickets for this? Go to the website, is that it?
Yeah, you can, you know,
Is
go
it
on.
descriptive where they'll know what they're going to be trying to get tickets for?
Sure. The event is happening at Raymond James. And they can just go and book their tickets.
What's going on at Raymond James Stadium? Are they going to have a huge big screen there? Is that what it's going to be? What's happening in the stadium?
Well, inside the event will take place, so there's going to be a huge stage and seating and everything. The folks are planning to do some kind of Indian Mela outside, you know, so to cater to our folks that come in there. So there's a lot of action going to happen around the stadium also. And I must tell you that the police department here, extremely good. You know what I mean? They've already spoken to the folks in Toronto, understood how many people are going to come. So whenever we tell them, listen, don't worry, you know, there won't be, no, there are going to be too many people. So they're already expecting and we're already planning for about 40,000 people on the green carpet. So we're catering to those needs. And there's going to be a lot of fun here.
How big is the green carpet?
Well, our green carpet is probably going to be less than a kilometer. So we're going to have a lot of people there. And what we're doing is that we want the stars, while they get out of the car, is to actually connect with the audience, you know. And of course, that's what we aim to do. And as you know, most of the people want to come and see their stars because this is a lifetime opportunity for them.
Jane Castor, our chief police here, is one of 4 women who had major police departments, and she is outstanding. You'll get tremendous cooperation from our police department.
Yeah, we're working with Tom from the events police, and I tell you, he's doing a fabulous job. He knows what he's doing, and he's really giving us all the support that we require.
Now, the red carpet has all of these ladies in beautiful gowns and things. We're going to see people in traditional Indian dress with saris and things of that nature, and yours?
Yeah, well, first of all, we have a green carpet.
Okay.
From 2007, we converted our red carpet to green carpet. So actually, we support the environment, like, you know, we do a lot of promotion around it. Of course, you're going to see a lot of beautiful Indian actresses, you know, dressed in traditional outfits.
I just think it's going to be fabulous. I think there are so many things that people will be able to go to and see. And you really need to cross cultures. Sometimes we get so plebeian and we stay in our own culture and we don't get to see what the other culture does. And this would be a good opportunity for people to step outside what the news media will tell them about the Indian culture and see for themselves what it is. Is it not true?
Absolutely right. And I think, you know, we are going to get, we register close to about 1,000 press from around the world. So there's going to be a huge amount of press that travel from around the world for an event like this. And they're going to basically take all the messaging across the world of Indian culture or what Tampa has to offer. We've been to a couple of great restaurants here like the Burns, Columbia, you know what I mean? You know, those are our favorite places, Ocean Prime. So we've been telling all our stars. Well,
You sound like me. Eat yourself around the world.
Yeah. Like when Anil Kapoor was here, you know, we were shooting and it was a very busy day. So he said, Andre, you know, can you avoid the dinner? So I said, Anil, you've got to come. This is one place that you're going to get blown away. So he dressed up and we took him to Burns, you know.
Okay.
And we were discussing, you know, which we are in the progress of probably bringing one of his movies to shoot in Tampa, you know. And so he said, listen, after Burns, he says, I've just fallen in love. This is really, really beautiful. And actually, he's coming back here. He's flying in back tomorrow with his daughter to see whether we can actually shoot a movie here. And he said, before I go anywhere, on Tuesday night, I want to take her to Burns because she loves food, you know, and that will convince her to stay here and do her shooting.
Well, Columbia is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a great place.
I just absolutely love it. It's so unique and so nice, and there's such a sense of history with it.
True, true. And there's such great places here like Ybor City or Soho for all our folks to go and experience, you know, Tampa. That's what I think all our stars are going to do.
That's a nice cruise port, too.
True, true,
So
true.
there's all kinds of things for your people to do besides just to go to the events.
Well, they're all going to be busy, but I think all of them are planning post-IFA to kind of go into a couple of places and relax. And I think, you know, a lot of our stars like eating good food. So Tampa has that. So I think it's interesting. But one thing I must say, we have to get a good Indian restaurant here.
Well, there are a couple. And
I know.
I don't know whether, I won't get into an argument about which one's better. I've eaten them all. And it's certainly not like you'd get if you were going in Mumbai or Delhi or one of those places. It's almost like Chinese, American-born Chinese. We expect certain things, especially those that haven't traveled around the world.
True, but you know, as Indians, we love our food, like everybody else.
A little bit of curry here.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have enjoyed Indian curry there.
Oh, I love it.
Was it spicy?
I love it. Oh yeah, I love it. You can't get too spicy for me. I started out in Canada, by the way. When you mentioned Toronto, I know it well. And I probably didn't eat spicy food until I was 35 or 40. And now I just absolutely love it. In fact, I just saw a new recipe for cauliflower.
Oh, wow.
Where you bake the head of cauliflower and cover it with curry.
Okay, wow.
And I'm waiting to try it.
Yeah, and invite me, I'll come.
All right. What other things should we know about your festival?
You know, we want everybody to come out there, enjoy the festival of what we want to bring in, like we said. And there are going to be a lot of sub-activities happening around the city, which we are planning now with Visit Tampa Bay. So I think it's all about being there, you know, and what we're doing is actually orchestrating everything where the stars and the fans can meet, you know. So it's not about the stars coming in to the hotel from the lift from the back door. It's all going to be in the front where they're going to meet their fans, and we want everybody to come out there. So
I think that's substantially different than what I've seen from the Oscars.
True, true.
Because everything is roped off. If you're lucky enough to get close to the front, you get to see them walk down the red carpet. But shake a hand isn't going to happen.
Yeah, but it's going to happen in IFA, and that's what is the difference. You know, when we plan everything, and that's what we want to do. So whether it's the hotel, whether it's they're going to the party, or whether they're going to the venue, it's everything is planned for the fans, basically. You know, so that's the whole approach. And
that's a different approach.
Yeah, but because end of the day, the fans make the stars.
You know, I wish a whole lot of stars would remember that.
It's a fact. They remember it and they know it. They may not say it, but that's the fact. And, you know, we all understand that the world is small now because, you know, with one, you know, on the internet, you can connect anywhere in the world. You can tweet, you know what I mean, and connect with your fans. But actually today, you know, meeting and greeting them face to face is still, gives the stars a high. They may not say it, but, you know, they love it.
You know, it's been almost, well, it's going on 25 years ago. I had the chance to sit down and have lunch with Bob Hope and Milton Berle. And it was just an hour and a half, 2-hour lunch, just the three of us sitting there. But that memory is so indelibly burned into my head. And I'm sure that many of the fans coming and meeting these people and getting to shake their hand, maybe get a picture taken with them, is going to be just as important to them.
Absolutely right. And I think that's what the fans are looking. When we had our folks over the press conference, we had Anil Kapoor go, when we went to the University of South Florida, we actually planted 2 trees because, like I said, we kind of promote the green agenda, right?
Right, with the green carpet.
Yeah, the green carpet. So the folks there said, can we call all our students? I said, why not? So we had 5,000 kids there. And the first thing that the stars did was actually go to each one of them, take photographs, autograph with them, you know what I mean, hug them, you know. And that's what, you know, and in seconds, they were all on the tweets and, you know, follow-ups and, you know, saying their favorite stars were there. And that's what we're looking at.
And not only that, even if they weren't their favorite stars or they didn't even know who they were, now they are their favorite stars.
Absolutely.
It's an opportunity for them to develop a fan base beyond what they already have.
True, absolutely true.
Whole different culture.
True.
Well, I just know it's going to be a fabulous show. I think you're going to have a great thing. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you wanted to cover?
No, I think we covered all our events, you know. I think the most important thing is like...
Go over them 1, 2, 3 again from start to finish.
So the way we do it is that we work with the airport on an airport welcome, and we're expecting 5,000-7,000 people there for the stars. So the first approach is going to be when the stars get off the plane, they're going to see 5,000 kids there,
okay,
you know, and then from there to the hotel, you know, and again there's a welcome at the hotel, which will be a traditional Indian welcome at the Hilton, and thereafter it's on a roll, because then the events start, our press conferences. We're doing something interesting, which is called a master class, you know, which we're going to work with a couple of Hollywood stars coming in.
Oh, wow.
You know, we are in discussions, and we're going to see about 8 to 10 of the large Hollywood stars coming in here. In the past, we've had Angelina Jolie, we've had Hilary Swank, you know, Van Damme. So when we are in America, you know, they're all excited about coming
Sure.
in. Yeah, you know,
so they'll see not only some of the Indian stars, but some of our own.
Yeah, it's going to be Hollywood meets Bollywood.
Well, I have to tell you, Andre Timmons, I am so excited they're here. I hope some way or another I'll get to participate in some of these things, because I want to meet some of these people you've mentioned, and I just love the Indian people. I love the country of India, and I hope one of these days to get invited back there. So I thank you so much for being on the show with me. And this has been actually you're brought in by our film commission, right?
Yeah.
So somebody might say to me, how is this government? Because our show is Spotlight on Government. But the government was instrumental in getting you here, and we thank you for being here very, very much. I'm Bill Hodges. This is Spotlight on Government. You're unique, you're special, and you're great. Tell yourself so often, because you are, you know. Andre, thank you so much for being a part of this. I know I'm going to give it a chance to get down there and see some of these things. I might even lean on you to get a special pass or something.
Sure. You're welcome, and you got to come back to India now. You got a new friend.
That's right.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
We'll see
very
you on
much.
the next Spotlight on Government. Again, Andre, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Bill.